Welcome to cleaning day here on my channel. Today is Sunday as I'm filming this video and I'm doing the deep cleaning of the house, and I decided I needed to take a break and film this video. It's also the day that my children get the loudest, so you're probably gonna hear some background noise. So we're gonna be testing some new releases, some brands that I have never tried before, some things that are a little bit older in the releases side, and then some things that I've been wanting to try. So it's like a full face pretty much of a bunch of different things that I've been wanting to get my hands on and a couple of new releases. So I always tell you guys what we have on today's agenda that we're going to be testing, and then I put timestamps in the description box in case you guys want to skip ahead to any particular product. And because we have a new complexion product, we are going to be doing a full day's wear test on this complexion product. So without further ado, you guys, let me tell you what we are putting on our face today. All right, so this came out January 29th. This is the Morley Gray palette from Bella Beauty Bar. So it's a little bit older. It's not quite 2 months old yet as I'm filming this. What is today's date? The 23rd. Oh my gosh. You guys, time is just flying by this year. I've been wanting to try this, and it's a smaller eyeshadow palette for Bella Beauty Bar, which is fabulous. And I think it's a more wearable palette because Bella Beauty Bar definitely has some out there color stories. And even though it's one of my top 5 brands, there's not a lot of neutrality in her palettes. And I feel like this one is definitely more neutral, more wearable. So I'm excited. Also, I have a discount code if you guys are interested. I will link it under my affiliate codes, but I will be linking all of these products in the description box. So I will put my discount code in there. It's 10% off if you guys are interested. And this palette is still available for sale. I picked up the Nudestix Nudies Glow. So this is actually a highlighter that they just released. I got it in a deeper shade so that we could wear it as like a blush, because I love doing that, because I love glowy little blushes. You guys, I think we're just paying for Nudestix packaging. Like, they could drop this and then drop the price so they didn't have to pay for the tin, but that's just me. And then I picked up the new Milk Makeup Grip Gel Tint. And this claims to have 12-hour wear, so we're gonna test it out. We'll do at least 10 hours today, 9 to 10 hours. We'll see if it even lasts that long. Hydro Grip Gel Tint. So let's see. It's supposed to have a naturally dewy finish and light coverage, but it said 12-hour wear, and that's where I was like, huh, where? Okay, all right, we're gonna be testing that out. And then there are 3 products here that I just wanted to test for myself. Rabane is a brand new brand to me. I've never tried anything, but I've added a ton of stuff to my cart, just haven't pulled the trigger. So when I was in Ulta, they had these little mini sets. So this is the Euphoria Famous Mascara travel size and the Euphoria Color Shop Mini. So it's a liquid eyeshadow, which we're not gonna try because it's gold and I didn't want to do gold today anyway. And then I think we'll wear the mascara. You guys, you've heard me talk up the liquid lipstick from Pound Cake, and I've been wanting to try this from them. It's the Cake Theory Lip Tone Equalizing Oil, and I got mine in the shade Melted Butter, so this one's like the yellow shade. I'm definitely excited to try this, but the only other product that they have on Ulta is the liquid lipstick, and it's like in all shades of red that are supposed to like match your specific undertone. I have talked that up. It is such a beautiful formula. Nobody talks about that lippy, and nobody really talks about Pound Cake, but I feel like they should. Then I picked up the Crystal Butter Lip Balm from Half Magic because I was in store and it was like, ooh, shiny, okay. And then here are some new things. The GlowTour Duo, the Shimmering Blush and Contour Duo from DIBS. This is a brand new brand to me, but I've also never tried the like, matte version or the non-shimmery version. So this came out before I could try those anyway. So we're gonna be trying that as a new release. And then they had the Go-To Glossy Balm that they just launched. But they've had this, the Jam Jam Lip Plumping Lipstick Melt. But when I was there in store, I was like, okay, we'll just put that right in the cart too, okay. And that's what's on today's agenda, you guys. Let's hop into it. Okay, because we have 3 different lip products, I wanna go ahead and throw the Cake Theory Lip Tone Equalizing Oil on. I feel like this is pretty expensive. It retails for $22. Their Cake Batter Liquid Lipstick retails for $24. This comes in only 2 colors, and I think it's supposed to be like the yellow is for a lighter skin tone, and then the purplish brown is supposed to be for like a deeper skin tone. It says that it's a formula that moisturizes, heals, shines, blurs while reducing fine lines, hyperpigmentation, and 4 dice spots. I have no idea what that is. It's a non-sticky, cushiony feel on the lips inspired by color filters and color theory. This oil evens out lip tones by neutralizing light and dark spots. Again, mine's in the shade Melted Butter, which is a little freaky. Wait till you guys see what this looks like. Is it's full on yellow. Like, you'd think this would be a little bit scary to put on your lips, but I mean, it's mostly sheer. Okay, I did put this on already once. You know, when you go in stores, sometimes it's like you immediately have to get to the car and start opening everything. Or at least that's how I am. No, my gosh, you guys, this is so thick. Let's let it sit for a while because why am I putting this back in the box? Because I don't think it like neutralizes my lip color per se. Unless it's something that like happens over time, it just looks clear to me. I'm not really sure I got anything out of it. Like now and then the first time that I used it. It has a vanilla flavor, kind of vanilla scent to it. I mean, it's thick. It's more of your quintessential kind of lip oil formula that doesn't have a lot of stick-to-itiveness, where I feel like this will just slip off the minute I start drinking something out of a straw or something like that. So I don't think this is a very long-lasting lip product. I mean, I like both in my collection. You know, there are lip oils that I prefer that are just a little bit more slick, like depending upon what I'm looking for. And then ones that, you know, have a little bit more stick to them, just like I prefer sheer ones and then ones that are a little bit more pigmented. But I don't know that this is like neutralizing anything. I don't think it's really doing anything. It's comfortable and it smells good, but I don't think it's doing anything. All right, you guys, let's move on to this palette. So this came out as like a whole set. This palette retails for $42. It's called the Morley Gray Magnetic Palette. So this is fully magnetic. This collection did come with, I think, 2 different highlighters as well. So this is supposed to have 9 buttery mattes, 2 multi-chrome shimmers, 1 shimmer metallic, and 1 hollow chrome. I just can't. This is delicious. Look at this little sucker. So you have 1 more matte in here than you do shimmer, which is nice. But as far as like the shimmers go, for 42 bucks, you get the 2 multi-chromes, 1 metallic shade, and then 1 hollow chrome, which is absolutely fabulous. I don't know which is which. I wish they listed it on here. Sometimes they do, but Bella Beauty Bar doesn't like call out the shades as far as I've seen. So I can't really tell which is which, but I'm just gonna go ahead and guess that like the middle shade is like the hollow chrome. Who the heck knows? Anyway, let's get to swatching this out. Ooh, I'm so excited for this. Oh, and I want to mention, aren't the heart pans like the cutest thing ever? I've never had anything other than like a circle or a square or like a rectangle, I guess, but those aren't fun. But like heart shaped, it's kind of cute. I don't know if it's going to be the easiest thing for swatching. We shall see. I think the first shade, the first shimmer shade, is going to be your metallic. So this one right here is Moral Compass. This is Complex Motivations. I had to get really close to read that. This right here is just your blending out shade. This is just like to diffuse a color out. Oh, I almost guarantee you that's like the crazy metallic one. Holy smokes, that's sparkly. And immediately the one I want to use. I think you can really do some things with this palette. All right, this one is a very light pink shade. It's called Ambivalence, and this one's called Mixed Feelings, which is like a grayish taupe shade. Very light pink, is really pretty. Yeah, and your standard kind of like grayish taupe shade. This middle finger is like hard to get into the pans because it's a little bit bigger of a finger. Anyway, I think I got like a decent swatch there. These are all kind of lighter. I like that there's 2 deeper mattes though. Okay, I think this next one is like the hollow chrome if I had to guess. This one right here in Bittersweet looks like the hollow chrome, and this one in Indecisive right here looks like a multi-chrome. Yeah, here's the hollow chrome, I'm pretty sure. And here is your multi-chrome. This one doesn't have like a super strong base, which it does look like in the pan that it would, but it doesn't, but it's still sparkly and delicious. But it's also a lighter shimmer too, so if you're somebody who doesn't like super deep base shimmers, you have that. I think this palette's gonna give me what I'm looking for, which is usually 1 super sparkly shade, some multi-chromes or duochromes, and then 1 deep base shimmer. I love that variety, especially in a smaller palette. This one is Not a Hero, which is a gray matte, and this one is called Not a Villain. And maybe this one is, I don't know, I can't even tell. Is this a multi-chrome or a duo? I don't even know, you guys. It's so hard for my stinking eyes to see, but it is a deeper based sparkly gray shimmer. Look at this shade. Holy cow. Like the light reflection on it is intense. All right, let me just do this last shade here with my ring finger. This one's called Shades of Gray, and it's a gray shade, but it's a lighter gray than the one above it, and it almost has like a bluish or like kind of like a purplish undertone, if you see. This one right here is almost, you know, a smoky charcoal black even. There's the full color story. That's delightful, you guys. Delight. Oh, so good. Before I wipe this off, I do want to say this deeper base shimmer and then this pink one are my favorite. These two here, for me, maybe a little bit underwhelming. I do like this one just because of all the colors in it, but this one, I don't know. This one's probably the most boring of all of them. The least base of all of them. All right, guys, let's go for it here. I'm gonna take this deepest one here. I'm gonna be using this one right here. So it's gonna be Not a Hero, Mixed Feelings. I'll probably diffuse, I don't know, maybe some of it out with this lighter pink, and then we're gonna go for that shimmer. So I think it'll be predominantly pink with like a deeper outer corner. And I say that because I think you can go not pink. I think you can do like a full brown look, or even with that deeper purple shade. I really do think it looks purple. I think you can get something fully purple out of this too. Like just depending upon the shades that you're pairing together. Right now I'm just like packing with a super tight brush. I don't think I want to diffuse out just yet. I think I'm gonna lay this out and then diffuse it out with one of those lighter pink shades. So that was just like a Refer 12 brush. Now I'm using a brand new AOA Studio E132 brush. Like this one right here, it was so cheap. I think this was part of a collection that I picked up, but this whole collection, the brush set was like $7. I really did like the AOA Studio brushes, I have to say. I wouldn't call myself super picky when it comes to brushes, but I mean, some do perform better than others, but I thought these were pretty good. Anyway, this is just a pretty precise brush. I'm really just diffusing out the gray shade. I will say this is like, I don't know, maybe a little light on me. Like this doesn't have a strong anything, does it? It's a good diffusing shade or crease shade maybe, but there's not a lot going on here, is there? No, there isn't. Okay, let's go into the lighter shade now and see if we can't get it to kind of show up a little bit more. I'm not sure it's going to on my super fair skin, you guys. Like, does it even look like I added 3 colors to my eyes? Okay, that kind of is the question in it. Just going around the edges of the gray shade, and then that's pretty much it. And then we'll go in with this shimmer. But I think with this shimmer, it is wild, and I'm for sure gonna spray a shimmer brush because this is going to get everywhere. So I'm gonna spray the brush, but I'm also going to throw down the NYX. No, this is the Moira. Oh my gosh, I almost called it the NYX. The NYX is in my drawer. I'm gonna throw down the Moira glitter primer because I really want this little bad boy to stick and not give me any fallout. Whoo, that is sticky. The Moira glitter primer is genuinely stickier than the NYX. Good or bad, I don't know. Okay, I'm going in. I'm trying to keep this shade pretty flat. I don't want any fallout. Don't give me any fallout. You know what? I think I'm gonna use the gray shimmer too. Yeah, I'm going to. So I'm bringing this one to the center of my eye, and then I'm gonna go back in with that deep gray shade. Oh my gosh, I love the pink base on this. The base on the shimmer is so strong. It's quite beautiful. All right, we're going into Not a Villain right in the center-ish and moving it towards the outer corner, and I'm gonna try and like marry those two shades together just a bit. All right, I'm bringing the gray in like a little bit more because I had it pretty dang low, and I'm just kind of like diffusing it upward. I didn't add anything else to the brush. I'm going back into that like mauve-y shade with this pretty tight AOA Studio brush. Okay, I think I could have gotten that gray shade darker, but I will say it was like blending away quite a lot. It wasn't getting as dark as I thought it was going to. It's toned too. It's kind of just like a smoky shade anyway. So I think that's probably where I'm gonna leave it because I'm not gonna do any lower lash line work because it is cleaning day. So I'm not gonna throw on lashes or whatnot. I kind of just wanted to test the palette out. And I mean, to be honest with you, like a lot of these other shades just came out so light on me. I'm just not sure they even showed up. Like when trying to diffuse these colors into this one and this one, like they're awfully light and they were kind of just like blending in with my skin a little bit. So I mean, what's kind of the purpose of this shade, you know? I don't know. Awfully light tones here. Not exactly what I was expecting. So I'll have to keep playing with this some more, but the shimmer is probably like the best thing about this palette so far in my mind. And I'm a huge Bella Beauté bar fan, but gosh, they just looked like my skin tone. That was rough. That was hard. You know, maybe laying like a base down, like a a white base or something, they might have showed up better, but they weren't showing up the greatest. Minimal fallout though with the glitter glue. That was nice. All right, let's go straight into mascara before we put the skin tint on. So these little duos here, they retail for $20. That's what I got it for. I've been wanting to try the Color Shot Minis, not necessarily the mascara. So that's kind of what I got this for, but it's gold. And I don't know how many shades they come in, but they only had this duo in this shade, in this gold shade. So I don't know how often I wear like a straight up gold shade like this. Like it's nice. It's just, I don't often wear it on its own like this. Ooh, this is pretty though. That wasn't too dry or too emollient. It was a nice formula as far as like liquid shadows go. I can basically tell just by touching it if it's gonna blend nicely and then dry down. That's a really nice formula, but it also is super sparkly too. And even though I didn't get it for the mascara, I still am excited to test this out though. Just like Rabane in general. Have you guys seen some like the metallic lips? Ooh, those look so good. And this mascara is supposed to be 5-in-1, deep black, high volume, natural definition, length, and curl, which you guys know I like. It's in the shade Deep Black. This is not my kind of wand though, which is like the kind of supposed to be more natural haired bristled hourglass shaped wand. Not my favorite. I prefer when they're much smaller and the plastic bristles. And I didn't open this ahead of time either, so that's my fault. I forgot. I like to let the mascaras breathe before I use them because I feel like honestly it just helps the formula. All right, immediately it is a little bit lighter than I would expect for something that's like, oh, I'm a volumizing mascara with deep black intense pigment. It could get better as this formula dries out a bit. It's kind of the middle of the road between tacky and slick. I like a tackier formula primarily, but I'll take a slicky formula. Slicky, that's not really a word. I'll take a slick formula so long as it's pretty intensely pigmented. This is giving me more length than it is giving me volume. I think it's doing the curl thing though. That's nice. It's a lighter weight, so it's not like weighing my lashes down. I mean, man, is it giving length in like the best way possible? The wand isn't terrible either. Is that giving length? I think it is. Again, there's length here, but there's not a crap ton of volume. It's also drier of a formula than I would normally go for. Like if you just look at the wand, you can kind of see that not a ton picks up on it, and I prefer that a ton does. I want it to be so wet, I think, even if it's tacky. I want it to be like super duper wet that like I never dip back into the tube. And some of my mascaras, I dip once. I'm a one dipper girl because they're so intense. Like you don't need more. You don't want more. You guys know. If you're my longtime viewers, you know what I like in mascara and that I love something intense. And you know what my favorite mascaras are. Yeah, this one ain't gonna be it. It's making me work. I mean, the thing is, it's got good length. So if you're looking for, I'm just making a freaking mess. See, I don't like these wands. I always inevitably make a mess. So if you like something lengthening, then maybe check this out because it's given great length and it's getting great definition. So even though I'm dipping back in 497 times, it's not getting super duper chunk city. Like it's a really nicely buildable formula. I have the new Kulfi mascara that I just ordered yesterday that I'm like dying to try. I've seen one person try it so far. That's all I need. If it says volume, I'm coming for you. Yeah, okay. That's not even as intense as I would normally go. So no. I want my lashes clean, but you know what? I want right on the tip of like spider eyes, you know? I just want them so intense. This is not as pigmented as I would go for. 100%, I can tell you that, like immediately upon testing it. Curling, cool. Length, cool. Not intense enough, not volumizing enough. Nope. Now that Milk Makeup is in Ulta, that is where I picked this up. I'm really excited that Milk is in Ulta because Ulta sometimes ships faster and better, I'm not gonna lie. And I know, I hear that Ulta is like struggling, but I mean, I think personally, if there were more brands on Ulta's website, like I would just exclusively shop there because I find the app works better. I find that they ship faster and they ship like without breaking a bunch of shit. I've had so many things come broken from Sephora. Anyway, okay, this is the Hydro Grip 12-hour hydrating gel skin tint. Okay, so 12-hour maybe is the hydrating part. It's supposed to be non-comedogenic, so good for sensitive skin, with buildable light coverage and a natural dewy finish. It's a long wear skin tint. Okay, I did read it. That lasts up to 12 hours. It's the skin tint that won't quit. Okay, that's where I'm in. Buildable light to medium coverage. It's a weightless gel based and it doesn't feel heavy or greasy. No fading, caking, creasing, or settling into fine lines. There's only 15 shades. No fragrance or silicone. Again, non-comedogenic, so it's definitely safe for sensitive skin. The only coming in 15 shades is a little cray cray. Number 3 is Fair Cool. Come in.
You're gonna be so proud of me if I tell you.
You just pooped by yourself?
No.
What?
I poured myself a glass of milk all by myself.
Did you spill?
Yeah, a little.
Did you clean it up?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
And I also put the milk back in the fridge.
No way. Was it a brand new milk or a little milk?
Brand new.
It was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
How did you get the glass?
So this is how it follow me.
No, you climbed on the counter?
No.
How did you get the glass out of the cabinet?
I've done it before. So imagine the drawer was like right there. I opened the cabinet.
You can reach it from the floor?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I took the glass out of the cabinet. I went to the table and I went to the fridge. Pretend this is the milk. And then I poured I poured the milk into the bottle. There was a little mess, so I got the towel. I cleaned it up. I put it back, and then I put the milk back, and then I bring it back to my table.
Excellent work. I'm glad. See, now you're gonna have to pour all your milk.
Okay.
Love you. Well, that was lovely. Our cabinets in our house, like we don't have a lot of like top cabinets because we have like a really open kitchen. And so the cabinets are kind of like in a weird spot and you kind of can't get to them unless you're like leaning like over the counter. Like, even if you had a little stool, you couldn't like necessarily reach it unless you were kind of tall enough. So that was my 7-year-old son demonstrating how he managed to get himself a glass out of the cabinet and pour himself a glass of milk with a brand new milk. So that was fabulous. Yes, I am very proud. Okay, anyway, I have mine in the shade 3, which is Fair Cool. I feel like the instructions here say to like blend with fingertips, but that's not happening. Like, I absolutely do not apply my makeup with my fingers. I did open this and it kind of gives the illusion that it would like come off like this, but it's a screw off top and it's just like a squeezy tube like this. I think I did kind of like play with it. It is a gel base, so it's a little bit like thicker. Not to say that it's not gonna be lightweight or whatever, but like it's gel, so there you go. I think I wanna apply this with a brush instead of my fingers. And I don't wanna use a sponge that I feel like will suck up a lot of the product and also it will minimize the amount of coverage that I'm getting. Oh man, this is tacky. How is it gonna be 12-hour wear? I mean, imagine the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip. That's definitely what this feels like. They didn't deviate from the formula. It's pretty though, I'm not gonna lie. I like the way this is looking. Woo! Kids. This is a skin tint for the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip. That's a freaking perfect shade match. Perfection. I don't know if I've had a shade match so good in a while. Look how perfect it is to my neck. Thank you. All right, let's take a quick look and see, because I think it smoothed the shit out of my face. Like, evened the skin tone, smoothed me out. You're walking a fine line with dewier foundations between emphasizing too much texture, but sometimes when they're done really well, they will smooth out the skin. And I think this one is doing that. I think the way that it's sitting, like actually sinking in, like the way that it just melted into the skin really gave it a smooth finish. Let me kind of show you like the back of my hand. Look at the dewiness that we're working with there. It's thicker, but it's just a texture. It's not like thicker in consistency necessarily. It's tackier, but it definitely sinks in really nicely. Now I'm excited to see how this wears and if we're truly gonna get 12 hours out of it. I will say I don't think I've had a Milk makeup. Ooh, that's like a lot of coverage coverage in it. A Milk Makeup complexion product that I have loved. I've had the other skin tint in that like roller ball that I really didn't like. I tried that like, I don't know, when it first came out so many years ago. It was all right. It didn't have a lot of coverage. It was kind of a weird applicator. All right, I do think I put too much on this side because it feels super heavy and I don't like it. I don't like the way that it feels. Again, super duper perfect shade match. There's no way I'm not setting this down though. No, it's not happening. Not with my combo skin. Girl, no. It's fresh. Now I'm going in with a darker concealer, but oh well, we're doing it. We're doing it. I feel like this is kind of giving me the vibes of the Patrick Ta foundation. Like, I didn't think that was bad, and it was definitely glowy when it went on. The problem was it didn't sink into the skin super well, and so it sat on my face throughout the day. It didn't look natural as I carried on. Dee-dee-dee, here are my oils. So beautiful upon application, just not a beautiful wear. So similar vibe to the Patrick Ta foundation upon putting it on. I would say though that this one is smoother than the Patrick Ta one went on. Don't mind me, I'm using a discontinued powder that I'm not gonna tell you about. It's fine. It's the one that's up here. It's the Dior Backstage. I still love this powder. It's so smoothing. But man, before they went out, I wish I had gotten a lighter shade because this one is in 2. Now I've just like deepened my complexion because it does add a bit of coverage. All right, this powder is taking all the radiance away. It's fine. It's fine. I like what you can do with this. I like that it's a versatile product. I like so far that if you want something super glowy, you can get that if you're somebody who likes it. If somebody that likes lighter coverage, I think that you start out really light with this, and then I think you can build it up to medium coverage. I don't think it's going anywhere more than that because it's a thicker, tackier formula. So this side where I went heavier feels heavier on the face. But then bring it back to powdering. I think that we powdered and boy did it mattify without the powder looking like shit on top of it. Sometimes my stickier foundations, when I go in with a powder puff and I'm powdering over it, it can start to look cakey. They don't mesh together. It looks like one is literally sitting on top of the other. This does not look like that. All in all, okay, I'm gonna say, just from the get, I am enjoying this, although I feel it. And let's go back to this lip product because I haven't touched it like at all. It got stickier as the time went on, so I think that it had like a little bit more stick-to-itiveness than I initially gave it credit for, and it does feel hydrating and all of that, but did it neutralize my lips? Like, I don't know that it did. I'm just gonna say. All right, so let's go into this one. They're calling it exclusive, so honestly, I don't even know if it's new anymore. It's the GlowTour Duo Shimmering Blush and Contour Stick. The one that is still listed as new is the Desert Island Duo Stick. It's like the mini version of their original stick formula that they came out with. So this isn't even, again, this is not even listed as new anymore, but I'm pretty sure it's come out within the last 2 months. If you guys have watched any bit of my videos recently, you know, like I am working multiple jobs at this point. So like filming is getting harder and harder for me. I'm not even purchasing as much makeup anymore. I'm trying to be more conscientious about the purchases that I make, and I'm not just buying every single thing to talk about it on my channel. I'm really trying to like go, is this something that I think I'm gonna love and like wear all the time? Especially because now I've shifted my way of thinking, which is I really only want to buy things that I'm like scrutinizing the shit out of because I understand my preferences a little bit more. So anyway, all that to say, this is apparently not as new as I thought it was. Okay, so this one is in the shade Starlit. Yes, it is, which is the lightest one. It's a peachy coral glow with a light cool beige contour. It's 38 bucks. These are expensive. It is a dual product though, so I get it. It's supposed to be blush highlighter and creamy cool toned contour for a full face glow up in the flick of a wrist. That's all I got. I mean, you can use it on the face and lips. I don't. My lip products are for my lip products and my other products are not. That's how I feel about it. I think that having a product like this, you know, risky business. I've definitely seen some people have like the blush shades and love them, but the contours they're just not even using because they're not going to work for their skin tone. Because I can get away with like a couple of shades for bronzer and that's about it. Maybe 3 if we're talking like contours, but not really with bronzers. Okay, this is definitely a peachy shade, which I would have loved a different blush shade, but then the contours start getting too dark. I can't have that. I can't. Ma'am, I cannot have it. I'm just gonna use the foundation brush and then call it quits on this guy. That's how I'm gonna blend this out. So let's do it like contour style. Oh, hello, it's like moving around in there. And let's just start with that. See how these blend, because remember, I'm not even familiar with this formula. I'm excited to try DIBS, but I haven't yet. And I know a bunch of people were trying these last year. You guys, are they any good? Do you love them? I mean, in 2 seconds, I'm gonna form my own opinion, but I don't know. Leave it in the comments below. All right, that's beautiful and creamy and delicious and, you know, everything that I could have asked for. Yeah, I don't think it pulled anything off or up, or I think it's nice. It's light and cool toned. And to be honest with you, I don't even feel like I'm bronzing anymore. I'm honestly reaching for mostly contour products. I'm going pretty heavy on the forehead. I don't know why. I think I like this formula. It blends really nicely, but like the way that it applies on the skin straight from the tube just feels good. It's like very, very creamy. This has a hint of dewiness too, which I don't usually like in a contour, but I'm not mad at it at the current moment. Did that blend in perfectly for a really fair skin person? I think it did. It's quite emollient, you guys, but like there's the dry down look of it. It didn't get patchy. It has like a little bit of sheen to it. It's really nice formula. All right, we're putting 2 different blush on our face. That's just the way that that is going, because I want to try this Nudestix highlighter on the other side. And both of these are peachy shades, which is not going to match like what I would have normally gone for to match the eye look, but that's fine. I am going to pick this one up with a brush because I don't want to draw this straight onto my cheeks in case that gets too intense. Okay, that's freaking fabulous. Freaking fabulous. It's very pretty, and the way it diffuses out is very nice, and it's not overly pigmented, and it does have that little bit of glow. The problem is now it is lifting the stuff that is underneath it with the brush that I was using, because I was kind of stamping it in. So I definitely disturbed the powder that I put here, and it's possible I disturbed the skin tint underneath. I think maybe if it sits, like it'll be okay, and you guys aren't going to be able to tell on camera. I'm just like super duper close in this mirror here, and I disturbed it. The thing I will say with the Milk makeup, it's thicker than I normally go for. I've said this probably too many times on my channel that I prefer something really, really lightweight that you can't even feel it, and that it really sinks into your skin nicely. Just like what I heard Amanda Z say in her recent foundation declutter was that it sits very closely to the skin, which is a good description of it. You know, instead of saying like it sinks in, it sits very closely on the skin. I will say this one has a heavier feel than I normally go for, and it's definitely causing it to sit thicker on the skin. Therefore, that brush with the pouncing motions was like disturbing what was going on underneath. And the stickiness to this foundation or this skin tint, I don't think you can shear the coverage out so much that you're gonna get it to not be sticky. I mean, I don't hate it yet, but it's heavy. All right, let's go into this Nudie's Glow Glossy Glow Balm for fresh, plump dewiness that brightens. So this again is for face and lips, and this one I believe is in the shade I Do. And again, it's a highlighter, so it says all over face highlighter color, but you guys know, like I'm always trying to take deep highlighters for the cheeks. Wow, that's actually pretty damn sheer than I was expecting, but this legitimately has sparkles inside of it. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it from there necessarily, but maybe here there are little baby sparkles, which I know some of you guys don't love that. Okay, so this is a little bit more sheer, so maybe it is just a highlighter for me. We're still gonna try it as a blush though. The amount that I was putting on the back of my hand to get that colored swatch though was a lot. Like I was hitting it hard. The Danessa Myricks highlighters though, they're too deep for me as like a highlight, so I definitely use them as a blush, and I quite like them even though that's not what they're intended to do. This is super emollient. The Nudie's GlowTour is just delicious, and I was kind of like hoping that's what this was, but like more shimmery because the pictures made it look shimmery. I don't think this is gonna work, and I'm using a dense brush. But do you see how wet it made my cheeks look? Dang! So maybe if I drew it on, I could get this amount of pigment, but I can't get that amount of pigment with that brush. That wasn't working. So my cheek looks hella wet. Oh heavens. All right, I'm taking the DIBS and going back into the cheek. Oh my gosh, you guys, it's just, I am sticky. Oh, I'm sticky today. I'm putting a lot of cream, a lot of liquid is happening here, a lot of stickiness. This is a full-on highlighter. So I don't remember how many shades these came in or if you could get this in a deeper shade, but I am gonna say it's so juicy and it's pretty damn sheer. And what do I do with this thing here? Okay, let's move on and get all the lip products on our lips. Let's do the Half Magic Crystal Butter Lip Balm. I got this because it was shiny. It's in Icon Aura. I'm still into a shiny lip product. Lip balms probably especially. This one is cheap. Like super duper cheap, but that's what Half Magic does. This is like plastic, but it feels super cheap. This is a cardboard top. Here's what it looks like. I wonder if I have put this on my lips yet. I don't think I have. I may have swatched it. No, I don't think I have. That is it there, Icon Aura. So it's like a pinky shade. Wear your heart on your face, buttery smooth, sheer sparkle. It calls itself a lip balm, but doesn't that like look kind of like a lipstick? Interesting shape to the bullet too, huh? That's nice. You know, the Fenty ones that just came out, they're much smoother than this is, but they're almost grittier. So I shouldn't say smoother, they're thicker and they're more balm-like than this is. This is like maybe a satin lipstick. That's kind of what this feels like. But the sparkles are thinner than the Fenty ones. This isn't bad. They're relatively similarly priced and the packaging is cute, you know, even though it's cheapish. But it's pretty hot pink. I just personally love the sparkles on this thing. That's really pretty. I don't know, can't deny it. Probably gonna enjoy this. As long as I'm reaching for a shade like this, it seems like a really good formula. It's almost kind of like metallic. I wouldn't say that it's like filling in my lip lines or anything, and it's more of like a satin lipstick feel than it is like a lip balm, but it definitely is something that I would personally like to just make sure lips pop and sparkle without hurting. Okay, and the DIBS Jam Jam Lip Plumping Lipstick Melt. This one is in the shade Jam Sesh. Again, not a new product, but wanted to pick this up because it was in the DIBS display, like side display. This one I did already put on. I thought it was like a cool teardrop shaped bullet. It's a really nice thick formula, but the plumping is like the hot plumping. It's not like a peppermint plump, so you can feel it. This one I kind of layer up over and over again. It's thick, but it's not super pigmented. It's a little bit more sheer, but again, it has a burning sensation. It's genuinely a hot plumping. I was kind of hoping it would be a little bit pepperminty, but not only that, I didn't even read that it was plumping when I bought it. I just saw Jam Jam lipstick melts because the plumping is like above it. Anyway, don't even ask me what I'm thinking when I'm shopping in stores. I black out basically. Okay, don't tell my husband that. Anyway, but it's intense and it hurts. It does hurt, I will say. It lasts. I think it plumps like maybe a little bit. Like, do these even really plump or are they just irritating? It's pretty, but you have to be able to stand the heat or get out of the kitchen. All right, but this is new. Whoop, upside down. It's the Go-To Glossy Balm, and these retail for, wouldn't you know it, $25. And they come in 8 different shades, and I have Strawberry Summer. I think all of these have shimmer to them is why I really wanted to get this. Because again, a lot of the stuff that I'm trying on, like very shimmery. I want shimmer, glitter, shimmer. I just want to glisten. I don't know why I'm like that, but I am. This one is, yes, strawberry shimmer. So I'm pretty sure they all do. It's supposed to deliver a non-sticky shine and a kiss of iridescence with an ultra fine shimmer for a pearl-like finish in just one swipe. Got it. And look how absolutely yummy that looks in the tube. All the yelling that's going on in my house. I'm pretty sure I could have picked whatever shade I wanted, but this is really the one that I wanted because I do like a kind of hot pink when it comes to like glitter, I guess. Plus, like, we're in spring now. We just had the first day of spring. I can't remember when, but it was last week. It's just unbelievable and it's already here. Okay, guys, it's pretty thick, but it's smooth, meaning not sticky. This is gonna have a stick-to-itiveness. I can already tell you that it's gonna be a little bit longer lasting. Okay. The sparkles are there, but they are thin as can be. Super duper thin. Ta-da! And that was everything. It was an interesting try on, I will tell ya. I wouldn't say that it was like a home run so far. The Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Tint thing is definitely heavy. I'm on high alert as to how this wears, whether these stay or don't stay, and whether they start to like sink into the skin a little bit better. I mean, that one from Nudestix is full on highlighter and it's glossy as hell, so don't do what I did and wear it literally all over the cheek. It emphasizes a lot of texture where I don't think the DIBS did quite as much. So interesting array of products that I picked up. I mean, I curated these. with the exception of some impulse purchases when I was in store. But this stuff I wanted. I definitely emptied some of my cart out as I was going. So I'll show you guys what this looks like in natural light. We'll do a wear test. I will come back at the end of the evening so we can see how everything held up. At this point, I'd love to hear your feedback in the comments below. You know, have you guys tried any of this stuff? Like, what were your thoughts? I love hearing it. I really, really do. I'll see you guys later this evening. So bye for now. Hey, and welcome back, you guys. I didn't do a 4-hour check-in or like half of the way of the day. I told you guys it was cleaning day and I just totally forgot to do it. There was other stuff going on. You know, it's Sunday, so you got to get ready for the week and all of that good stuff. Plus I was doing like a deep clean of the house. So this is what it looks like after a deep clean. I will say I'm a glittery mess. That glitter primer didn't like hold everything, which doesn't surprise me. This usually happens, especially because I think I accidentally like rubbed this eye at one point. So there's a lot of glitteriness going on. Let me show you guys what it looked like right away in natural light. My face looks very textured, like so much more textured with the back camera than I think it does like normally. If I just look in the mirror, like I don't have that much texture on my face, but man, that back camera, I tell you what, like every little dip and it's like it's a freaking magnifying glass. I think though that it looked really pretty. I think what I said still stands true, which is that I think it was a smoothing skin tint. And here we are, you guys. Oh my gosh, I don't even know what time it is. I think we are on hour 9 right now. And my house is wild. So 9 hours later, it still looks really good. I was shocked that it managed to sink into the skin as well as it did, because I thought for sure the minute I start sweating or the more that the day carries on that it was going to break apart because it was so heavy after I put it on. I will say this is a heavy feeling foundation. I mean, I've already said that, but it's definitely something that you're going to want to like pay attention to if you're trying to go for medium coverage, I think, because I think it tends to feel heavier and heavier the more that you put on. It's just the way it is because it's gel based. But I liked how fresh everything looked. I'm not going to say that I'm not dewy and oily, but that's just like natural for me. I would say though, it still stands true. It was smoothing. It didn't sink into my fine lines. I think it held up really well. I don't know that I'm going to call it a 12-hour skin tint, but at hour 9, it still looks good. Like better than some foundations that I wear during the day. They don't even go this long, especially because I was cleaning and all of that stuff. I will say this gloss didn't last super long, but it was so freaking pretty for the time that it did. It has a very light scent to it. It's not exactly like vanilla, but it's something. No, I think it is. It's vanilla. It has a vanilla scent to it, but it's more mild than some lip products. This blush did really good. This side where I started with the highlighter, you know, not so much. It's not like a super long lasting highlighter. And there's like a ton of glitter from the eyeshadow. I'm telling you guys, I accidentally like rubbed my eye at one point. I was like, oh, wait, I'm wearing a shit ton of glitter on my eye. No to this is a blush, and it's like super, super juicy looking, but yes to this as a glowy formula. I cannot believe it held up as long as I did. I totally laid down for a period of time on this side of my face. So the fact that it's even like still there and it's just like as beautiful as it is, I really did enjoy this product, and I enjoyed the contour on the other end. I don't know how many of the contour shades would work for you. I don't know how many would work for me personally, but I liked this one. I think all in all, I liked everything except these two products. I don't know that this neutralizes. It was nice, but I have nice lip oils and I wasn't in the market for another slippy one that only lasted about 5 minutes. And then this mascara didn't change my life. No, it sure didn't. I have a ton of sparkles in these eyelashes over here. Yeah, I have better mascaras than this. I'm going to be testing some more volumizing mascaras coming up, some new releases, ones that have been on the market, and I'm probably going to do like a best mascara for drama video coming up because I really do enjoy a long lash and a lot of drama. Anyway, that is the wrap of today's video. As my house just gets louder and louder, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys found it helpful. You know what I say, if you guys aren't currently subscribed, I'd love to see you subscribe so you can stick around. I'm out of here, and I hope to catch you all in my next video. Bye guys.